I am sorry if you don't find fishing time lapses enjoyable, because you're about to get a lot of them. I fished for 2 hours. We're not going to look at that build at all, because I just moved away from it and started fishing in boats in deeper waters to get better luck. Because the reason I'm doing this entire thing is to try to get a name tag. I asked for name suggestions in the last episode, and I don't actually have any name tags to use those name suggestions, so I need to get some. And deeper waters should hopefully have some better luck with that. Oh no, oh this poor idiot dolphin, he just got caught in the boat, swam right in it, and I am probably gonna do nothing to get him out. Dude, you're such a moron. Yeah, you know it, nod your head if you agree. It's just silent. Yeah, he's got a little blowhole. Oh no, he's pushing me out of the boat. We just had to share it, dude. If he starts drowning, I'll try to free him out of the boat by using the axe. But I'm also scared I might just accidentally axe crit him and kill him doing that too. We're not even fishing in the area that I built the shack either. It's way over there. Alright, enough of this clip. Back to fishing. Alright, with that over, I did eventually free the dolphin because he started suffocating on air. I don't know what you're supposed to call it when you have too much oxygen. And that's the thing that you're, like, having trouble breathing with. But that's what the dolphin had. And it was luckily fixed, and then I moved on to just fishing a lot more. And for the first hour and a half, I got 1 name tag total, and then in the last, like, 20 to 30 minutes, that's where I got the other 2 name tags in this one little fishing section that you see right here. I actually enjoy the time lapses a little bit. It's super satisfying to see the rods, like, go in and out of the water. Although, despite the fact that we've transitioned and moved to, like, different places, like, 5 different times, all of it looks the same. It all looks like the same location, except for the starting point that we left very quickly. Alright, my microphone's been turned off this entire time. I've just been using the computer microphone. We're on the last guy here with the saddle, measuring the speed of the horses, and right now we have 2 different sections. We have the slower section, and we have the faster section. I think this guy is probably going to go in the slower section. Now, I did get a ton of name suggestions for horses from you guys, and a lot of them were for a white horse. Now, one of the ones was Pegasus, so I've added your name to the dog over there. However, I also got this name suggestion Iggendorf, which I just loved. So we now have a horse named Iggendorf. The issue is, I named him before I checked his speed. Oh, he is a terrible jumper. And he is the slowest horse, like by far. Out of all of these guys, the one that I've name tagged is the slowest. He's like walking speed. So, Mr. Iggendorf, you are going to sit in here. Don't worry, we will build you a home and you'll get some special treatment, but I'm never going to ride you. Now, we have these 2 horses, which are fairly fast, and we need to figure out which one's faster. So let's just... Okay, he's got a good jump. Alright, that feels okay. We're not using any scientific measurement here, it's just feels. Oh, no, this guy is way faster. Oh, let's go. Okay, you can tell, too, because he went over this thing without falling in. Yeah, okay. So, we now have a horse. As for the dog names, you guys gave so many different suggestions, and I didn't want to leave any of you guys out, so we have Sir Otis Polly Barksalot Pegasus III. The Pegasus wasn't a dog name, I just added it in here because I didn't want you to feel left out. Hello, we'll just call you, OPBP? Yeah, that doesn't work. OPBP, and then we have Beavis as the other dog name. Alright. Oh, I also bought some dyes so that we could color them. So, Beavis, you'll get a yellow dog collar, and Sir OPBP, you'll get a pink collar. So now, as for what we want to do today, I have a couple of goals. The main one is to get the interiors done. We're doing that today. So we have the inn interior over here, and then we have those 2 buildings that we built in a previous episode. Well, I guess all of these were built in previous episodes. But those 2 buildings, and then also today we've added a new one. Why'd I get off the horse? We've added a new building way over here, which is our little fishing hut that we use to get the name tags. See, oh no, I've broken the grass. But if we come over here, this also needs a bit of an interior as well. So we have 4 different interiors. And then on top of that, I have a build planned out for what I want to do in a future episode. The issue is this build is incredibly large. It'll be the biggest build by far. And if I want it to get it done, it's going to require so many resources that I don't have. Specifically, coral and some terracotta. So we need to figure out a way to get some of those stuff at least started gathering today. So that's it. We're going to do some interiors, and then we're going to work on gathering materials. And the first interior I think I want to work on is this one over here. If we come over to our chest monster, this is a bit of like a farmer's house. It's got a little bit of a stone foundation, and then some wood areas as well. Now, I also put a little carrot field in the back here because I wanted to add some little details with the farmer. Sorry, I got a starburst in my mouth. And no, I'm not going to take it out. So with this building right over here, it has a little carrot field in the back. And that's because I want to do a bit of a lore with this building. And the lore is that this dude... Oh, I'm sorry, I can't do this. It's so disgusting to hear me chew. Oh, it's stuck all over my teeth. Oh, no. Okay, I think it's mostly fixed. So the lore is that this dude is a carrot farmer. Well, this dude is a wheat farmer, and that's successful. I mean, there's these 3 massive wheat fields. They're obviously succeeding in that department. But this dude secretly loves carrots, and he's a little ashamed of it. So I want to make sure we incorporate... Oh, it's still there. A little bit of a secret back garden over here where we could like wall in or like fence in the carrots, and then maybe we have like carrot fan art or something in here for what this guy has. I don't know. We could have fun with it. It doesn't need to be super realistic. This is a weird world. So I'm gonna get started gathering some materials, and then we could get building. Now, the good thing about this building the interiors today is that most of the materials, that's none, I just clicked on multiple chests that have nothing to do with what we're going to be doing. Most of the materials should already be, like, gathered, because we've done so much material gathering in the previous videos, that I'm just going to try to collect all of the stuff up in one area, and we'll see if we can use some of it. Alright, I've collected up some stuff. We got all this wood material, which is great. We got some, like, dark oak, we got spruce, we got jungle, we got way too much birch. We got a little bit of mangrove and some oak that we can work with as well, which will give us a lot of variety. And then we have all of this random assortment of stone blocks. The good thing is we have about a stack, we have over a stack of both cobbled deep slate and tuff, so that's the majority of the materials that I want to work with. And we got this extra barrel as well that I don't really want to dip into, but is there. We have dirt for whatever our dirt needs are, and then we have this random assortment of stuff. One thing I do want to collect a little bit more of is wool, though. But yeah, let's gather up a ton of wool, and let's make sure the sheep pen stays closed. Now, what are we going to use this wool for? I don't really know. None of these builds are planned out. All of this is going to be on the fly. I just want to make sure I have enough materials to work with, and I think being able to work with some wool could be nice. Alright, this should be enough. A lot of brown wool, a little bit of white wool. We could do some, like, banner stuff if we want. Could be fun. Alright, I'm going to go build the first interior, and then I'll walk you guys through it. I think so. That's probably how this is going to work. It was decidedly not how things were going to work. We needed more materials, because of course we do. We always need more materials. And this time it was clay. I wanted to use a bunch of big and small pots in this build, because they're like the best detail block. The small little pots are super useful as like cups and things, and the amount of flowers that they can hold, and plants and saplings just makes them amazing. And the big pots are like a weird, slightly smaller than block thing that you can use details like sherds for, but I just don't have any of them. And to make these pots actually useful, we need to smelt them. Well, not smelt them. We need to smelt the clay balls so we can get bricks to make the pots. So that's why I went and gathered a ton of coal. And after that, I quickly built up the super smelter a little bit more because the 2 furnaces I had were too slow. And then I AFK'd for like 15 minutes. And we got all the stuff we needed. We can actually start doing the things I said I was going to do. Guess whose microphone didn't record again? It's my fault. The cord is just not plugged in properly, so it accidentally falls off, but I'll just recap this for you. Okay, I've been mining diorite for a little bit. Here's a little, like, diorite vein, and you can see I got a couple stacks in my inventory, but a lot of it is up in some chests up there, and I went to drop off it a couple of times, as well as to make some new pickaxes, because we broke 2 diamond pickaxes while mining this. This is a massive area. I did not expect it to be this big. The diorite, I originally started mining was only like a small vein, but then it was connected to like 4 other veins. So I've been mining diorite for 2 hours. And this is all the space that we've mined out. I don't know if it really showed well in the time-lapse, because there were just so many different areas that we were mining. But this is like a natural cave, but then the rest of this, that's all diorite that I've mined out. And I did leave some iron just free floating over there, so let's just quickly go grab that. But now it's time to go look at those interiors that I made, because that's actually what we were supposed to be doing. This diorite mining that I did was to gather materials for a future project, and I just wanted to get started, and I put it in the video because it was just so much mining. I did not expect it to be this big. Get back on the ladder. Okay, yep. But let's quickly head over and sleep because it's nighttime, and then let's check out the first house, which is, I think, that first farmer house is the one I want to check out. Actually, no. Let's check out the tavern first because we're walking towards that one. Okay, let's check out this tavern. As we walk through, we're in a little hallway. We got some, like, storage off to the side. And, yeah, it's just using some bookshelves. I could fill them up eventually. I just don't have any leather or even sugarcane. But we got some, like, bar stool things over here. And then these, like, booths in the back that we can sit in. And then more storage off to the side. And we got little fun tables. Then here's the actual bar for people to serve drinks. We got, like, a big painting. It's one of the newer ones. I don't really know how new they are at this point, but it's like a newer painting. And then back here, this is like the backstage area. This is just storage and my bed, which I'm gonna grab. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. This is not like how I normally build interiors. This is entirely free-handed. I use some mangrove and like brick and terracotta on the floor. The brick and terracotta is like, this is the area where there'd be like glasses and people holding drinks and stuff, so they'd want like a nicer than wood floor in that area. Maybe, I don't know. Then we got a little fun roof, funky. I think my least favorite part of it is these 2 walls right over here, but I can't really change them because they're the outside walls. So if I changed them, I would ruin like this entire thing on the outside, which honestly matters to me a little bit more than the inside. Let's move on to our second build. This is the second farmhouse. It's raining, but we can just go inside. This is the interior I am the least happy with. I struggled this one. It took the longest as well. But we got a little moss carpet down here's a little basement thing where we could put a farm. I'm thinking maybe a mud farm would be nice that I could custom design, but we'll see what happens in the future. We got this deep slate fire pit over here, as well as some glowberries on the roof, and just some shelving space over there. Here's a kitchen, I think. I sort of walled this different section off because it had a different wall material to kind of make a different room, but really it just looks kind of like a random archway was plopped there. I don't really know what I would have done to improve the room. The bed kind of takes up a lot of space. It's not perfect, but I'm happy with it. The little shelving junk in the corner over there, I like it a little bit, and then there's some doors over there. I am proud because the inside did look terrible, so I tried to cover things up with stairs and trapdoors, and I think I did a good job of hiding the terrible bits on the inside. It just made the interior hard to work with. Also, I had to block off one of the windows, but you don't even notice from afar, so it's fine. Or maybe you do, and I don't care. But next build, on to our final interior. Oh, not final. We have the fishing one still. But this one, right out back, we've got the carrot field. And we're just going to walk right past it. So if we come right over here, this is the first build that I worked on and the one I'm the most happy with. I even worked a little bit on the outside, adding like a crane and this little path back here, as well as this little fenced-off carrot area where, yes, this man's got his secret carrot patch. I also added this path along here, which I added coarse dirt around the sides of it to make it look like a less used path, like he's sort of ashamed of the carrots that he's harvesting back there, or at least he's using the path less than he has to go to the wheat field, so it's like a hobby rather than a job. And then if we come in here, we have the interior, which I really love. We got this carpet in the ground. There's a gradient on the ground. I don't know if you noticed, but it goes from jungle to oak over to there. And then a fireplace using brick, and I think the brick fireplace is probably my favorite. And then we've got this carrot stash over here where he's got his carrots hanging on the wall. He's got like one right that is in eyesight when you walk in, but then when you come behind, he's got 4 more. It's like you could see that it's a bit of a problem. Yeah, so this is kitchen area. You could see like the hay bales kind of tucked off to the side, forgotten. And then probably my favorite little detail is this staircase right here, because it takes up a lot of space and makes it look like a real build, but you can't actually use it. So we have these trapdoors that lead to nowhere, and yes, the upstairs is not furnished for any of these things. This is my favorite interior, but let's go check out the fishing interior now. Okay, if we come down here, this is our fishing area. This took me a little bit. I don't know if I've talked about the design process at this at all, but I designed this house by hand, just in the world. And at first, I made it all out of red. It's the Fishkin Hoel. Fishkin Hoel. Or Fishkin Holy, depending on how you want to pronounce it. But yeah, I designed this house originally just entirely as red, and I didn't really like it, so eventually I turned one of the houses to be yellow. And it kind of looks a little bit weird, but it's on the fishing side of things, and I think it makes it kind of look more ramshackled. We got a little walled off section, and then we came in here and just put like a painting and a table, as well as some carpets. We found some dyes while we were out fishing, so those are stored in this chest over here. And I kind of like how this area came out. It's very cramped and messy. This is the storage from all the fishing. Here's all the fish that we caught. It's over, I think, 150 fish we caught. And the best thing was the Feather Falling 4 book that we got. And then these are all the fishing rods. Most of them I made. And then we got some enchanted bows in there as well. I'm not totally happy with the build, but I am pretty happy with it. I think one thing that I want to add that I think would fix it is a tree. You can see we have like trees around all the different builds that we've been doing, and I've been practicing them a lot. And I think adding like a big weeping willow tree could be exactly what this place needs. Sort of like draping over the side. So yeah, I don't have a tree design, so I'm going to go need to design one of those. But then after I've designed the tree, we can quickly finish this video off. I'm sorry this took so long. I've had a bunch of real life stuff that came up and I've just been so busy. But now time to get back to Minecraft. So yeah, let's finish this off with an epic looking tree. Oh yeah.